had to cancel. So how did I even get into a film festival? I didn't study film. I am not a filmmaker. Here's what I did have. I loved storytelling. Humanities equipped me with a foundational appreciation of also international storytelling, right? Not just the Western canon of stories. I understood religious texts and backgrounds and cultural nuances and mythology and symbol. And in the interview, they were like, what drew you to the job? Like, you're not a journalism student, you're not an English student, you're not a film student. Why did you apply? And I said all the things I just said to you today. I was like, I love storytelling. I love visual media. I think it's really important that we are exposed to international storytelling to become more empathetic citizens of the world. So that's sort of what led me to them. TIFF is an amazing employer for just sharing emerging and established films. And I found the route into that building that I could most easily translate in terms of my skills, which is I'm a good communicator, I like copy editing, I like reading and researching, and if I don't have the skills you're looking for, I promise I can learn them the way that Doug and Ian have very quickly. And I started to volunteer to learn how to do that work with a tiny indie opera company. They wanted someone to like tweet, use Twitter. Turns out you seem to be really good at writing and really funny and know how to find great images or GIFs. So I pretended for the AGO that I did this full-time professionally on top of my job at TIFF. I was like, oh, I know how to run social media. You can see from this very small indie opera account. So when the AGO was posting a job for a community manager, head of social media, I showed them my portfolio and I said, yep, a lot of this is for one tiny startup indie opera company, but I promise you, I can run a full-scale institution's social media accounts. Just let me try and let me blow your socks off. Yeah. And I think I was the least qualified candidate they had in their interview pipeline. I think they were interviewing people who had done social media professionally for at least a couple of years, because again, it was very nascent. 2011 to 2014, wasn't a lot going on. But I was just telling them, like, I studied a program that really made me understand visual media and storytelling and the historical context behind the art. Not just being able to, use technical apps will help you when it comes to really explaining art online. So that's how I got the job, was like, I'm a really good liberal arts graduate. Like, trust me, you want me in charge of like the keys to the car. Someone else will blow it. They'll write something wrong, they'll misspell it, or they'll, worst of all, make like a cultural mistake when representing a piece of art.
Yes.
So the context that I was able to show them and like the research that I do before creating, engaging posts, I think is what got me the job. And then I persuaded them to keep me on by just demonstrating my work. So.